All of these champs are replaceable except Chaagur. What's going on, guys? H-Dub here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And yes, we are talking about the Sand Devil again. Now, I know there are a lot of comps out there. A lot of people are using the Ninja Godseeker comp to just farm 24, which is great for just farming, but it's also fun to experiment with some other comps. I've been playing around with Chaagur here for a while now. Was actually still running a Chaagur comp on my account for a while until I was actually able to build the Ninja Godseeker comp on my account. But I really still like this Chaagur comp just because his passive is so OP, and it's just really fun to see the boss take 0 turns. I repeat, 0 turns. The boss is not going to take any turns at all. As long as Chaagur does sleep on his A1, the boss will not take any turns. So let's go ahead and look at the comp. I am running this on stage 22, to be fair, and I have been talking with some people, about how we can scale this up to stage 25 if you would like to use your Chaagur, if you have him, to run something on stage 25. So this is for the folks that have a Chaagur. This is for the folks that have the gear to make this happen. But let's take a look at what the run looks like when the boss is taking 0 turns. So we're going to go in a fight, increase turn meter, and Chaagur goes. Geo's going to decrease some turn meter so that Harima can get some hits in early, decrease the boss's defense. We get a reset there. Boom. Chaagur passive, he's going to sleep the boss right away. Boss is back to sleep. Now we're going to wake the boss up here. Boom. Chaagur's going to put him back to sleep. And we're just cycling through our abilities here over and over and over. Boss is going to wake up, and then boom, Chaagur's going to put him right back to sleep. Now, I know a lot of people have been testing this on the lower levels, but this thing scales all the way up to 25 if you have the gear for it. And it's going to be quite champion and gear intensive for stage 25, but I have been discussing this with a few other players in the community, and I think we have come up with something solid. I was speaking with Deadwood about it, and he gave me a few suggestions on ways to scale this up. So hopefully I'll be able to get a collab in with him or something like that, and we can really showcase it at a higher level. But this is the comp right here, guys. It's just a Kaimar, a Chaagur, a Siphi, Geo, Harima. All of these champs are replaceable except Chaagur, right? Chaagur is the only champion that is not replaceable if you want to keep the boss asleep. As you can see here, he has not taken a turn yet. The boss has not taken a turn yet. He has been asleep the entire time, and now he is dead. So that's how the comp works. That's literally how the comp works. Got a minute 47 out of it on stage 22. This comp has not failed. Even when Chaagur does not sleep and the boss does take a turn. Obviously, Siphi's not getting nuked here. Harima's not getting nuked here either. Sometimes Kaimar even survives. And then we just, revive the Chaagur. I didn't optimize this build or anything for this stage because I've actually been using him in Doom Tower. But I will show you his build. No one else's build is actually important because these are just the builds for which I use them in other places. So if you are using these champions in other areas of the game, chances are you have a very similar build already. Like if you've built your Geo for Iron Twins or Hydra, it's that exact same reflex build. Siphi's just in a fast build. This is just a fast Kaimar. And Harima's in a damage build. But let's just take a look at Chaagur really quickly. And this is Chaagur. I have a second Chaagur as well. that I do want to test some comps out with double Chaagur. I know this is not the most accessible thing. It's just fun to see the boss not take any turns and see a champ just completely destroy the boss. So right now I have him just with a little bit of attack. Mostly speed and accuracy is the priority. Kind of hybrid at the moment. I do swap some of these pieces around for when I run him in Hydra, but I need him to be at a specific speed for this to work out. But I think anywhere in between, like in the optimal team, anywhere in between like 231 to 238 from the conversations I've been having, depending on the comp, should be fine. You do not need that much speed on him, especially if you're turn meter boosting, which in the optimal comp, you don't need that either. And you don't need a Kaimar to sleep. You could bring in that uncommon champ that sleeps as well. The dog, Hellhound, you can bring him in and run him right on stage 25. So there are tons of options, right? You bring in a revival and death champ, you bring in a sleep champ, you bring in Chaagur, you bring in 2 DPS champs, right? Because Chaagur is going to place decreased defense for you as well, so you don't have to bring in a decreased defense champ, right? And he's got this chance to sleep on his A1. It is not 100%. That is the only thing about this comp, is if you're relying on the boss to not take any turns, then you're gambling, because with masteries, as you can see, I took the T6 here to get fearsome presence, so we got that extra chance to place the sleep on the A1. It's only going to get up to 80%, which is not great, but there are ways to have a comp around him that are 100%, as long as you are bringing in a healer with him, you're bringing in some DPS, and you're bringing in a reviver, like a Cardinal or someone like that. I think Cardinal is the option we're going to go with for the optimal build. But this is the comp, guys. You've seen his gear. It is nothing amazing. This is a very basic build. None of the other stats matter, just the speed and the accuracy. You can build him to do damage as well, and that will be very helpful for the longevity of the comp. But again, not necessary, because we're also bringing in 2 DPS with him. So in the comp that I was running, Geomancer's HP burn was helping us with a little damage, and obviously Harima was also helping us with quite a bit of damage. I think Harima did 1.8 mil. Yeah, 1.8 mil. So, and Geo 1.2 mil. So obviously, they're bringing in a lot. They're bringing a lot to the table. Harima's just an amazing champion overall. These are the stats that I was running on that Harima. But yeah, I very much enjoy this comp, guys, only because the boss isn't taking any turns. It's just so fun to see the boss not do anything, when this dungeon is a pain for some people. But since we've got the Godseeker comps now and all these different variations of solo champs on the lower levels, people are making headway, and I'm happy to see that. But until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are using Chaagur at all, or if you have a Chaagur on your account, I suggest you test him out there in the Sand Devil. If you don't want to put the resources into him right now, that's fine. But, it could be fun to do. If you don't have another option, if you are a newer player and don't have a ninja, but you have a Chaagur, or you started the game earlier this year, or at any point during this year, then you don't have ninja, unless you got an account with a ninja on it and started building from there. But you do have a Chaagur, then this is an option for you. So yeah, best of luck. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy holidays and all that good stuff. Until next time though, guys, be good and be well.